Capricorn, hello and welcome to your weekly reading for the 6th through the 13th of October. Y'all, I shed a tear. I was watching a grandmother play clarinet for her grandson, and I feel like you guys are tapping into the ancestor. You guys are feeling loved and held, and lucky for us, Pluto is going direct in your sign this week. For the Empowerment Goddess Oracle card, we have Focus with Artemis. Artemis, the huntress, the goddess of the hunt. She's got a beautiful necklace on, some chain mail, and she is decked out with her bow and arrow. And for the alignment message, we have Ellen of the Ways, patterns. Ooh, so it feels like you guys might be building something. You guys might be taking a part of you out of a, I don't want to say niche or context, but it's like you guys are making it into something more than what it has been, and it's going to maybe take over your life because you feel comfortable now with that solar eclipse having cut away false parts of ourselves that were just there for, you know, the photo op or the social acceptance that didn't really belong. From the Magdalene Mystique Oracle card, we have the Guardian. Be on your guard. Be on your guard and focus, as well as patterns. They're telling me that there are patterns that you need to be on your guard for. You need to move out of a sense of smallness, of repetition for the sake of getting ahead in the world, or feeling seen in the world, or not feeling worthy of feeling seen. And maybe even like, for some reason, it's like your ancestors might have had these same issues of not being seen in the world or being seen as a type. So you need to just mind yourself, and when you fall into these ruts of, oh, this is just how it is, no, back it up, and we're going to see how to fall into your heart, into that alignment of this expanding Christ heart awareness. Artemis empowerment message. In order to fully embrace the intentions you have set in motion and your current conditions, it's important to seize the moment. Now is the time you can truly make your mark. As the Greek goddess of the hunt, Artemis will help to guide your arrow. Surrender yourself to the process of whatever is calling for your attention. Immerse yourself fully in whatever needs your focus, and allow yourself the experience of deep abiding trust. Let me just say this Sunday is going to start at 13 degrees Libra, netting to a 4, giving us this Uranian energy. And for you all, that's your 5th house. We have technically Uranus in Aquarius is your 2nd house, where Pluto will make its way out of and back into your 2nd house. But it's going to be, for now, in your 5th house, and it's around Saturnian decisions in the outer world, how we show up in our creative projects and our creative energy, how we allow for ourselves to express these qualities of divine feminine, of divine masculine, to hold space lovingly for our ancestors, but to be more than what they could be. We chose them so that we can expand and grow past the lessons that they weren't able to commit to and focus on. So if you aim true and your heart is open and pure, grateful for all of the bounty that surrounds you, your deepest desires will manifest before you like magic. And Virgo's message for the week was potentially helpful. You guys can watch that in full, but the momentary summary I can give you is just like, if you have clutter in your beliefs, because Virgo represents your beliefs, it's time to tap in with heart coherence, with a walking meditation, something to clear out these stagnant beliefs that keep you in a place of smallness. So Ellen of the Ways for alignment. Familiar patterns show up, and even familial patterns show up when you fall asleep at the wheel of your life. So that's like not being focused, not being on your guard. Or when you expect things to be a certain way out of habit. Whatever conditions are occurring for you right now, you're being invited to see them as an opportunity to move beyond the limits of your expected disappointment or habitual behavior. If you do what you have always done, then you can expect the same patterns to continue. If you don't want to repeat a lesson or find yourself back on the same path with the same people, same conditions and results, then you must choose to think, do, and be differently. The goddess known as Ellen of the Ways offers this alignment task. Make a commitment to change your way and choose to allow for new paths to be explored. It's time to look at your need to always wonder if the other shoe will drop and how you remain in familiar territory, although you're not content. Ellen will show you the way out. You just need to want to follow. You just need to want to follow, okay? So needing to want to follow means that you will just be ready when the moment comes to say, I'll take that plunge, I'll try something uncomfortable. For me, it has to do with following my intuition. It's uncomfortable. I have many excuses as to why I could just ignore my intuition, but as I've started to affirm, I easily follow my heart and intuition. It's gotten a lot easier to see when I do that. So you guys might need to set yourself up for the challenge to note when you deny your feelings. And we have a building opposition of Mars in Cancer and Pluto as it's stationing direct. I have a sense it's going to be around the full moon on the 17th in Aries. So that does represent you all's, is it your 4th house? Yeah, your 4th house of emotional stability. And this is the foundation of our emotional strength, where we get our confidence from. So we need to be our own guardian and take care, be our own chaperone and watch over ourselves as we are at the wheel of our life, and fully take the reins and be willing to go when the time is, when the moment is nigh. The Chariot is coming to mind. Be aware as you venture forward. Deception, self-deception is possible. Don't reveal where precious things are hidden. Stay silent. And I would say it could be because it's like there are things that you're doing that are going to be super generative and like put you into a place of just like luxury, ease, peace in your daily life, and it's really easy for you guys to give those things away to other people. So yes, it's uncomfortable to have ourselves out there. We have the Lovers, and this is your beliefs. It might be easy to not believe in ourselves, especially when it's like, you know, that moment of like, oh, I made something really nice. This sounds like it would be way better on this person. It's like, well, how would you do it? Yep, we have Artemis again, or this is Diana. But she has a bow and arrow too, and she needs to get clear on her reasons for doing things. That is like the inner fire, the Agni. So for those of you all who are drinking alcohol and consuming yourself with like drugs and like parties and people, that is diluting your inner fire. I can speak to it from existence, from experience. After I got sober and stopped smoking cannabis, I have been on fire for my life. And it's something to where it's like, yeah, there are things that I could see now that I'm not doing and that I never was able to do right. Yeah, this reflection is going to be lock and key, Capricorn, as to seeing where you give your power away and who you give it to and for what reason. When we're sober, we can't run away from these things for long. We have to be at the chariot, at the wheel, driving the Britska, as I'm reading some Russian literature, and embracing new ideas. We see that that wand is very big and phallic, and it's like, that's our divine masculine. That's the part of us that has structure and can steer the ship. We're not going to hit the horse, okay? That's rude, but it's something that, you know, you have it to knock on a gate, to be like, hey, I need access. I need to be able to have this space to myself. I need to be able to create in peace, and then also stay silent about where precious things are hidden. Also is implying, you know, like, while we will never miss what is for us, we can always have it be delayed. We can miss the flight. How many of us have missed a flight before in our life? Raise your hand, okay? You can miss your flight and then someone gets your whole row. They get the whole row to lay out, and that could have been someone who you could have had a really cool connection with, maybe had some, you know, awkward eye contact and had to work through these feelings of like, oh, I'm sitting next to another human in an aircraft. You know, it's just like things that our ancestors never could do, but we're making it larger than life. So we have the Knight of Coins. So this is the one card in the Earth deck that does not actually show the coins, but we see that this knight has a banner and there's an explosion in the sky. So they're either at war with everybody in the world, or they are at one with God and one with who they are and who the world wants for them to be, who they want to be. So it's like when we become passionate about our talents, Capricorn, and stop hiding, stop deferring it to another day, stop drinking it away and partying, hoping that we'll come across someone who can make our life better, that's not going to work. And we need to be protective of our energy at this time, especially. It feels like it's because of Venus in your 11th house in Scorpio. It just feels like there are new values that you guys have to hold on to, even if that's like the sobriety thing. Yeah, I know, it's not that fun. Trust me. There are times where I'm just, even lately, you know, I've made a lot of progress, and there are times where I'm like, oh, this would be so nice to just like kick back and not do anything. But then I know that that's not true, because there was a level with my art that I felt so stagnant in. I felt like super stagnant. I was ready to give up. But now I'm making artwork like on a weekly basis, and it's like nurturing my soul in ways that they're just unmatched from smoke or drink, or, you know, having that feeling of like not being able to sleep after you go out and hang out with people. For what reason? Why would we do that to ourselves? We've got the 9 of discs. So you guys have been building a lot of work, and I see this really cool hat. This person even has a target, and there's a snake that is watching, so they're transmuting that energy, that need to maybe go out and have pleasure, that instant gratification versus having the long game, having that focus where Artemis will help you. And as long as you know, move in silence, move in peace, understand that, yes, there are things that we could share, but we don't have to share like every detail of it, because there are some things that we can keep sacred. And then when it's time to be revealed, you'll have a lot of people tuned in to that. Rick Rubin speaks about this a lot. And I was listening to an interview of him and Pharrell, and then as well him and Kendrick Lamar, where it's like there are so many talented artists, the stars literally have to align, but preparation meeting opportunity is where luck happens. So we have the Priestess of Wands, and you see that she's also representing this strength energy of being balanced in the message of her heart. She has an instrument and a bouquet of flowers, and it just feels like she's bold, courageous, and ready. And she also has on a very similar necklace to Artemis. That's so fun. That's really interesting. Yep. And then we have the Shaman of Wands. So, wow, I love that together. It's like you're meeting a divine counterpart through doing this, not through going out and partying. That's the way to not meet them. The way to meet them is to have that fine-tuned passion that you're developing, and you're allowing to take up more space. And the inner wise woman within you will help you to know when the stars are aligning. It feels like it'll be soon. I know when it's going to be. At least for this week, I know when it's going to be. It'll be on the 11th when the moon crosses over Pluto. Hey, baby, on Friday the 11th. Lucky, lucky day. So just make moves on the 11th. If you can go to some sort of like event where you don't drink, you want to just, you know, be focused and be on your guard and be mindful of like when things are happening, so that you're not so caught up in these stories and these ancestral patterns and, oh, that was fun, okay, it didn't meet anyone, like, you know, same old, versus like, now is your time to get onto the stage, Capricorn. Are you ready? Do you have your speech prepared? Is it like something that you can recite by heart? Can you channel? Are you open to doing that? Are you that immersed in whatever it is that you're passionate about, your talent, that you can just open up and just captivate people? Captivate. Not cap as in falsehood, but captivate. We want to enrich people's lives with how passionate we are about what we got going on, Capricorn. Surest magnet that there is to attract your heart's desire is being in love with yourself. So for my Capricorn risings, go ahead and watch your 5th and 11th house reading. Pull up your chart on astro.com. Leave me a comment if you're curious as to how to do this. I have a free ebook that you can view, and it has like screenshots of what to do on astro.com to view your chart. Coke will show you exactly what to focus on. If it just so happens to be 5th and 11th house, that's where you know you need to watch those readings that I gave for this week. For my subscribers, go ahead and watch your moon sign and your rising sign. Get a full picture of the energy for this week. Share one of my works with a friend. Go on ahead, subscribe, hit the like button on this video, as well as the bell so that you're notified for when I go live for the full readings for all 12 signs for the week, as well as giving these short summaries. I give a 1-minute summary on TikTok, a 15-second one of these readings on YouTube. You can find all of that on my page. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, Capricorn, and until next time, aloha.